So today we have Julie Seal-Gaustad with us today of Mirus Agency. How are you doing, Julie?
Doing well, Gabby. Thank you. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. I'm very excited to be hosting you today and have you on to tell us about Mirus Agency.
Yes, happy to be here. And
Great.
I love that we're both chilly in our coastal
Being in
our
Florida and same
coast.
right in
Yep.
California.
Yeah. So
Amazing. So please just tell us about who you are and what your company does.
sure. So I'm Julie. I'm the CEO of Mirus Agency. I started with one client in San Diego in 2009, and we've since grown to a nationwide level. We represent close to 200 different brands at this point in consumer product goods and service-based industries, as well as some hospitality brands.
Okay.
And we started in experiential or in-person marketing and have evolved into both offline and online marketing strategies for our clients to help
Mhm.
them build their brands.
Okay. So I love to hear about the expansion, like you said, from 2009 all the way to now. Congratulations
Yes,
on that
thank you.
progression. And
Yes, thank
so,
you.
please tell me too, what are your pocket products that you find beneficial, maybe even for our listeners?
Mhm. So yes, so we actually, it's interesting because, obviously we offer various services. We produce the marketing plans with the
Hmm.
strategies and the tactics that would be specifically designed for each individual brand or industry. But what we found was there were a lot of emerging brands or smaller companies
Hmm.
that maybe couldn't bring on an agency just yet, but we wanted to be able to support them in
Hmm.
their growth and to be able to share what have we learned and what process have we built over the past almost 12 years. So there are a few pocket products that we currently provide, and one is for influencer marketing. We call it our DIY influencer marketing roadmap.
Okay.
And it's been really great because we actually also offer consulting through
Hmm.
the process. So we're not just like, here's this guide and then go, good luck.
Right, that's it.
It's more of a, almost coaching,
Hmm.
but it's like a once a month thing for the first 3 months, just to kind of make sure everybody's on track where they should be
Okay.
with their campaigns, if they choose to have that support. But otherwise, we've also heard from people who have purchased the product that we'll check in to like, how's it going, and they're actually experiencing the success that we had hoped with,
Okay.
you know producing more followers, getting people to
Hmm.
go to their e-commerce and actually make a purchase. So just really using the influencer endorsement strategy to the best of their ability to get those results that they want. And we've mapped it out, like, from what are your leadership objectives and your budget to
Hmm.
what are your analytics and how successful were you. So that's been fantastic. And then we also have, for the experiential side, we work with a lot of brands with their in-store demos. And what we found was, with a lot of consumer product goods, so it could be food, beverage, skincare, what have you, when a new product would get into a store, there's a lot of upfront work that needs to be done just to make
Hmm.
sure the product even makes it to the shelf.
Right.
And so what we've done is we've prepared, again, a DIY for emerging brands for in-store demos, so that they
Hmm.
can do everything they need to find the right ambassadors, to make sure product is on the shelf, what should they be including in their reports, how can they track that data and success. And we package that all into, like, a step-by-step roadmap of, here's what you need to think of first, and here's what success looks like. So those are our two top pocket products.
Okay.
And then, of course, we do have some clients that will use all three of our brand building strategies,
Hmm.
and we support them through that.
Okay. And then coming up with those brand building strategies, was that sort of a trial and error to figure out, how to kind of make it succinct as far as offering to your clients?
That's an interesting question. And honestly, it was a very natural
Hmm.
progression where,
Okay.
with the experiential side, and especially now, what we've seen this year with everybody, there's 20% increase in social media use.
Hmm.
There's a huge increase in online purchases and online searches for products and for services.
Hmm.
So, what we had already been doing just was a very much needed, especially this year. But it was very natural because our brand ambassadors, who are the ones who are out in the field,
Hmm.
are endorsing these products or services, when we're at events and festivals and trade shows and things like that, where
Mhm.
they made very natural influencers.
Okay.
So, how we started it was using our brand ambassadors as micro influencers. They have to
Mhm.
have at least 1,000 followers. They have to have a certain level of engagement. And this is something that we teach in our webinars, but also in the roadmap about how to find those influencers and make
Okay.
sure their following is legit.
Mhm.
But they just made very natural social media influencers where maybe they have 2,300 followers,
Mhm.
which is a smaller, following,
Following.
but their
Mhm.
audience is very targeted. It's friends, friends of friends, people following their
Got it.
lifestyle or shared
Mhm.
lifestyle. So a lot more engagement, a lot more activity.
Mhm.
So we saw some success there. And then we also were seeing that, with both service-based industries as well as consumer product goods,
Mhm.
reputation online is such a huge piece of the puzzle, especially
Right.
now, where when somebody's running a search, what are they looking at about where they want to go and do their business, or what do they want to
Mhm.
buy? What are they doing? They're looking at the reviews, how, like, what's their rankings, what are people saying
Mhm.
about their use of the product or about their visiting this, automotive customer or using this law firm. So everything overlapped in that our mission has always been to help build brands through meaningful experiences.
Okay.
So these three things just aligned so well with each other, where some clients may use all three
Mhm.
strategies, some may just use two. We work with a law firm right now where they're using our in-person services to actually go
Mhm.
out and leave tchotchkes
Mhm.
and collect business cards at potential referral sources, but they're also using our reputation management. So these things just overlap really nicely that way. That was a
Okay.
very long answer to your question.
No, but I think I
Just like,
explained more.
let me
Like
tell
you,
you.
yes, no, please
Yeah.
do. I think it was very good explanation. Like you said, how you can use one or two or three and just the different benefits. I feel like I definitely got more of an understanding with that explanation. So that was great.
Good. Okay.
Thank you. And so, how
Yeah.
do you then continue to create fresh opportunities for your clients?
Oh gosh. Me being a visionary,
Hmm.
I'm constantly, the hamster wheels are just constantly
Going,
going,
yeah.
right? Yes. So, and having the experience that we do and that I do over the past 12 years plus,
Hmm.
as well as being in business, um, always looking at, what else could we be doing, and also listening to our clients to listen, what are their needs, or where are the gaps in their current marketing that we can fill, or where we can find, a resource to help them fill that, to
Hmm.
get to where their goals are, and finding out, what are your goals. Obviously everybody wants more quality clients or customers. They want a really good solid reputation.
Hmm.
So, what does that look like, and what metrics are we looking for, and how can we help support that? So just constantly listening, and honestly just constantly thinking strategically, and hamster
Yeah.
wheels always going.
Right. Constantly learning and asking questions. That's how you keep
Yes.
progressing.
Yes. And having a good team.
Hmm.
My team is fantastic in being visionaries as well as execution and supporting clients and working with our team. So I definitely can't do it by myself.
That's great. That is great. And so then how do you leverage flexibility, like you said, to continue to think outside the box as well? You said you're constantly a visionary, always thinking, but then as far as leveraging what you actually have and to make sure you have that flexibility, how do you do so?
Team, a very good team,
Hmm.
obviously. And, they have their roles, but they're also really open to
Mm.
opportunities and new responsibilities or new projects.
Hmm.
And also, for me, making sure that I map out time. I
Okay.
have, I don't know if everybody's familiar with a passion planner, but definitely an endorsement here for the
Yeah.
passion planner. And that's for men and women. They have all different colors and all different styles. But I love it because they leave space in your planner and your calendar for creative thinking, strategic
Mm, okay.
thinking. And then also the calendar is mapped out by half hour.
Mm.
So I literally map out and take sections of time on specific days for just on the business or
Hmm.
strategic planning, strategic thinking, creative thinking when I do my writing, or when I think about what else could we be doing, or
Mm-hmm.
how else could we be supporting our clients or our team, but then also time for that checklist or to-do list. So definitely a team, having the right people, and mapping everything out in a
Mm-hmm.
schedule is super helpful.
I'm sure. I know I'm a big mapping it out. Even when you write down creative thinking, like making time for that, it's
Yes,
crucial. Otherwise, it
it
can
is.
be forgotten. And so, how much does that stay a priority? Because obviously, sometimes things shift, things come up. Is that something that you stick in there and like make sure you do as far as creative thinking and process, or is it sometimes something where you have to shift it a little bit down on the priority list?
I love your questions. This is so much
Thank you.
fun.
Thank you.
No, but I think the questions that you're asking are tools and tricks that especially entrepreneurs, like we don't think about,
Mm-hmm.
where we're just, or it's always like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, you have to really think about strategically, how are you going to continue to think strategically?
Right.
So, to answer your question, I have gaps of time that are just, like I said, specific to on the business.
Mm-hmm.
But we call them clarity breaks. So it's just a time where there's certain things where, especially right now, and especially over the past 8 or 9 months when we're all in this pandemic, and it's,
Right.
so many businesses are transforming, or so many businesses, people are leaving their jobs or having forced to leave their jobs,
Mm-hmm.
where they're starting a new business and something new, to where you have to make sure you have that time for clarity, because it's so easy to get caught up in the to-do list and thinking about the future, and oh my gosh, I have to hurry up and get this done, to and ingesting podcasts and ingesting information.
Right.
What are you doing with that information
Mm.
is what's key. So here we're talking now, and for the listeners, maybe you're taking notes, or you're taking mental notes.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do with this information, and how are you going to take
Right.
action, and put it
Mm-hmm.
in your calendar?
And you stick to it.
Yes.
And I think it's a good point too, what you just mentioned, as far as when you get all of this information and how you said clarity, if you're all cluttered in the mind, everything, you can't even do anything with the information you just received.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And again, as business owners, busy parents, and especially right now, people are working from home and trying to do virtual school with their kids, and a lot of different distractions. You know, Making sure that you're taking those clarity breaks, because you're
Mm-hmm.
right. It is a lot of distraction and clutter, and
Right.
you know, anyway. So using the tools and using the information that you have.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk about this all day.
I can tell it. I love the passion.
Yeah.
I do. I
Yeah.
do.
Only because I wasn't always like this. So let's just be real.
But now
So
that you
it's,
are, you love it.
yes, but it does take determination and
Mm-hmm.
commitment, and checking yourself.
Yes, I need to add that clarity time into my calendar. No,
There you go. I have inspired you.
yes, thank you. And
Okay.
so I'm curious, what makes up your secret sauce then that sets you apart from the rest of the industry that you're in?
Oh gosh, that's a wonderful question. I think one, the fact that we do have so much experience
Mm-hmm.
in building brands. Even before I started my company, I was doing helping to build brands on the side of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a first grade teacher turned entrepreneur. Let's just say it that way.
Okay.
Um, so our experience, and as well as what we offer and the strategies that we offer, are unlike any other agency out there, where we are actually combining PR strategies with marketing strategies,
Oh,
and
okay.
producing these proven ways and results
Mm-hmm.
that work even better than just using one strategy over another.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, it's very personalized. So we are a boutique agency, but we have a really massive network.
Mm-hmm.
So, with our ambassadors, with our influencers, as well as the software we use for our reputation enhancement, we still have that small company feel. And we have, we don't take on every client, or every lead or prospect, should I say,
Right.
because we want to make sure that we can continue to give that 110%, and really produce and build a relationship. We're all about relationships. That's what we're doing. We're
Yeah.
all about human connections. So
Right. And then with that, like you said, it's personalized. It's sort of like a hybrid of different things and different strategies. Where can
Yeah.
our listeners go then for more information, either to just talk with you or through the agency?
You can go to our website, which is Mirus, Mirus.agency, or feel free to email me. I'm always happy to have conversations. I love talking marketing. I love talking business. I love talking kids, cats, whatever.
So we can do that too.
Um, yes. But feel free to email me at julie@mirus.agency.
Perfect. Well, Julie Seal-Gaustad, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing all of that great information.
Thank you, Gabby. I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Yes.